Welcome to Experience Widener, powered by Modern Campus Involved Event Registration Training. To get started, you're going to log in using your Widener credentials. Then you're going to click up into this profile area and you're going to see Admin Dashboard. If you don't see this, contact the Office of Student Engagement and we'll help get you connected. Once you're on the Admin Dashboard, you're going to come over to your navigation bar on the left-hand side, click on Create, and click Event. You'll notice at the very top of the form, we do require a minimum of 3 weeks in advance for all event registration forms. This 3-week time allows you to make sure that you are planning and fine-tuning all of your event details and that we have more than enough time to process on the back end within all of the systems. So to get started, you're going to scroll down here and you'll see that this video is going to be linked right here for you, so if you ever forget, you have access. Next, you're going to enter your general event information. So for this, I'm going to do RSO Leader Training. I'm going to select my hosting organization or department. You will only see the organizations that you have access to. Then you're going to put in your event contact information and then your organization event contact phone information. I'm going to put my office line, though this should be a cell phone number. If you are a student organization, you will also put your advisor's information in here so that they can be notified that you have submitted an event registration and that it has been approved. Next, you're going to enter tell us more about your event. This should be 3 to 5 sentences that really provide an overall picture of what it is that your event is going to do. It's really, really important because this event in particular, or this box in particular, tells general users what your event is about. So this RSO Leader Training is a required session for all student leaders in a recognized student organization. During this session, we will cover tips and tricks for utilizing the system and discuss all semester requirements. In addition, student leaders will undergo training on how to utilize the Modern Campus Involved app. So again, quick and easy, but provides a full picture of what you can expect. Next is event category. So this is an opportunity for you to select anything and everything that applies to this event. So you can see that there are a ton of different options in here. So you just want to take the ones that make the most sense and that apply. For me, I'm just going to select in-person meeting because that's the only one that applies in this situation. Then we're going to select our date and time. So let's say we're doing this 3 weeks out. So the earliest that I could do this is the 23rd. So let's say we're going to do this at 12 p.m. You're going to want to come over to the end date and make sure that you put in the appropriate end date. So 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. for an hour-long training. The location that we want to have this is the University Center. So we're going to spell out University Center in full because not everyone knows what the abbreviation UC stands for. And then we are going to put web room. From there, you're going to fill out some additional event details. So will your event happen in person or virtually? This will be in person. Will your event happen on or off campus? This will be on campus. Will your event raise funds for a specific cause? So let's say yes for the purpose of this form. Will your event require the use of the University Fire Circle? If yes, you will select yes, and that will bring up an additional part of this form that will allow you to just sign off on the safety regulations that come with utilizing the fire circle. But for this, I'm going to say no. Then we have cover image. Please make sure that your cover image is 1920 by 1080 pixels or the size of a PowerPoint slide. It's really, really important because if it is not, then it's going to cut off and look very weird on your event homepage. For this, I'm going to go ahead and search my downloads for the image that I'm looking for. But you can also do a search for stock images right here in the system. So now I have my flyer, and if you want it on the TVs, throughout the University Center, you can click into this form right here. It will open in a new tab and you can get that submitted as well. Next is going to be audience. A big thing with audience is not to select both members only and undergraduate students. If it is open to undergraduate students, that means that it is open to your members, so you don't have to check that. If it is members only, that means it's open only to your members and not undergraduate students. So be very mindful of who you're selecting so that it doesn't confuse the folks who you are trying to get to come to your event. So I'm going to select undergraduate students, but you can select as many as apply. Next is going to be contact information. This is going to be the person that you want to receive any emails regarding questions that might come up about your event. So for this, I am going to put in student engagement at widener.edu. That way the main inbox is the one who's receiving it. So you don't have to put in a person, you just have to put in the email. And then if there's a Zoom meeting or RSVP link, you can put that in right over here. And that will actually create a RSVP option on the home page. The next section is the 25 Live Pro Space Reservation Instructions. So for anyone who is unaware, 25 Live is our main reservation system. And so this is what the university uses anytime that you need to book a space. So we're going to click here and we're going to open it in a new tab. And there are a couple of things that you are going to do. The first, you're going to click into More and go to Availability. Availability is a really important area because it gives you a calendar of events so you know if your space is available. So I'm also going to click Include Requested because what this will do is include anything that might be pending approval in the system. So now I'm going to find the date that I'm looking for, which is the 23rd. And you can see right here, the atrium has an event that has gray bars through it. This is one of the requested events. So if we were looking to do our event in this space, we would know, okay, there's already something that looks like it's going to be in that space during that time. But we said web room. So let's find 12 o'clock, go down to web room, and we can see, oh, look at that, it's available. Great. So now I'm going to go into the event form that's located right here. And now I can copy and paste all of the information from the Modern Campus Involve form right into here. So we can have the same event name. We'll select our organization from this drop-down organization area. The details will be the same. Event type, you're likely going to be selecting student organization, event, or meeting, but there are 10 to choose from, so if there's something else that fits better, you can of course select that. Expected headcount is really important. This is going to help us figure out if your room can accommodate the size of your event. So for this, I'm going to say that it's 35 individuals. We're going to select the date and time, so the 23rd from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., and you can see that the duration is an hour. But for any meeting or event that you're going to do, you don't just want the duration of your event, right? You really want to focus on that additional time, that setup and breakdown time. So you're going to click into here, and you can add that time. So for a meeting, you can do 15, 30 minutes, either or, to make sure that you have enough time to get through everything and leave time for questions at the end. So their duration is still 1 hour, but their reservation time is now 2 hours. Really important. If you're going to be doing a repeating pattern, you can click on the dates that you want repeating, or you can click up here and select a specific weekly pattern or monthly pattern. And then if you click something or need to remove one, you can just click into this Manage Occurrences and click Remove, and then it will go back to that original date. So now let's talk about locations. So let's say I am just going to type in University Center. Maybe I don't know what room I want to use yet. As you scroll down, you'll see that all of the available rooms have this request option. That means that the room is already available. So during that time, you can see that any room is open. I'm going to select Web Room and click Request. And then you can see, the layout that I currently have doesn't fit with the amount of people that I'm expecting. So now I have a couple of different options. I can choose one of the standard layouts. So maybe I just want to do theater style because that can fit as many people as we need plus some. So if we get additional, or maybe I have a special diagram. If I have a special diagram, you will just select special diagram and you will upload that file right here. The building managers for the University Center will be able to then use that file to ensure that they are setting up the space the way that you would like it. It's really important that when you are putting in these requests, you are selecting the information that is going to help you best. Then you're going to, if you have any comments, put those in here. You're going to select I agree, and then you're going to click on Save. So once you click Save, you're going to see that you are brought to this RSO Leader Training page that has your reservation or reference code. This is really, really important because this is what you're going to utilize. So you will copy and paste it, and then you will paste this right back in to the Modern Campus Involved form. So now that we are back, we are going to just take that number and paste it in here. Really important that you copy the year because these codes are reused every single year. So if you don't have that, it's going to be really difficult to find your event in the system. So next is that fundraising proposal. So if we were doing a fundraiser, we would say, will your advisor be present? Yes or no. Maybe your advisor won't be. That's okay. You're then going to put in your advisor name and email address to ensure that we know who is your advisor. You'll let us know if there is an entry fee, if it is a dance or party. Recipient of funds is one of the most important things because sometimes this autofills and it autofills with the name of a person. Recipient of funds means who is your money going to at the end of the day, not who's actively collecting the money via Venmo, Cash App, or even in person, but where is it being deposited? Is it going to your organization or is it going to an outside company or vendor? That's the information that we're looking for here, so please make sure that you're putting in the correct information. Will you be selling promotional items? Yes or no? If yes, what are you selling? And you must upload a design item here. Do not, under any circumstances, order designs or order your items without getting the design approved first. It is really, really important because sometimes designs have to be approved through university relations, so you want to make sure that you are doing this by the book. Next is waiver. So this area you can completely bypass. If you need a waiver, I will help you with it, but accidentally attaching a waiver will impact the way that you check folks into your event. Then we have budget and goals. If you put your cost in, as you are scanning people into your event, it's going to tell you how much you actually spent per person. So this is a really great way to be able to take a look at how you're spending and if it's something that you need to request more money for, or maybe you need to just cut costs. So I highly recommend, though it is not required. Then we have event notes. So if there is something that you need to communicate with the Office of Student Engagement or University Center Administration, you can let us know in this area and we will be able to take care of things from there. And then finally, we have group options. So there are two different options. Members only check-in means that only folks who have accepted their invite into your portal can check into that event. So if you have 50 members, but only 25 of them have accepted their invites into your portal, only 25 can check in. So I never recommend doing this. If you have something that is for members only, you can just select hidden from non-members and it won't show up on the back end. So the only people who will be able to see it are your members. No general students using the student portal will be able to access your event. So that's what I recommend. Then you're going to come up here and you're going to click Submit for Approval. Once it's submitted, you will then receive a communication from either the Office of Student Engagement or University Center Administration as we are going through whether it's approved or denied. So that is how you submit an event registration form. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to stop by the Office of Student Engagement. We are located on the lower level of the University Center across from the Esports Lounge. We are more than happy to assist. Our office assistants are trained to help, and we have professional staff who are more than welcome to sit down with you and go through the process.